Hey guys, it's Aline. I know it's been a really long time. I'm really sorry about that. It's been a pretty hectic couple of weeks, 2 weeks pretty much. Last week I had to study a lot for an exam that I had this week, and I had papers to write, and I just had a lot of stuff going on. But on top of all of that, perfect end to the week. This past Saturday, I was not feeling that well. I had some additional side effects from my concussion that I had a couple months ago over the summer, and I was actually I think I was just doing it, pushing it way too hard. I had worked out in the morning, I had had breakfast after that, and then later, like an hour, not even an hour after I ate, just a little bit after I ate, like a half an hour, 45 minutes after I ate, I went to this Pilates class, and I just wasn't feeling it that well. It was an hour long, and after being on my head for so long in the class, pretty much right where I fell, and like rolling around and being tired on top of that, I hadn't been sleeping that well at school. I mean, I was sleeping well, but not 8 hours every night. And everything just like all added up at once, and I got up from laying down and I felt so dizzy, and I just didn't feel like myself. And I felt like I was gonna throw up. I felt very nauseous and dizzy and just uncomfortable in my body. And I had to just like sit down in the locker room of the gym for a while, and it just doesn't feel that great. Not knowing like why you feel a certain way, and knowing in your head that it could be like a whole bunch of different things, but at the same time you kind of did it to yourself. That feeling is just not that great. If you know what I'm talking about, then you probably know what I mean. But it wasn't the best feeling. So I finally felt a little bit better. I was able to take a shower, and I had a Quest bar, and I felt better after that. I had lunch also, and I was fine, and I went about the rest of my day normally because I felt normal. And then a couple hours later, I felt the same again, but if anything, a little bit worse. After laying down, I was actually out shopping with my mom, and we were in a dressing room, and I wasn't trying anything on, so I was just waiting. And there was like a couch in the dressing room that we were in, and I laid down, and I laid on the same part of my head that I felt the dizziness from earlier in the day after laying in that position. And I got up again from laying in that position, and I felt dizzy again. I was like, oh my god, because it's the last thing I really needed. And I felt really sick again for the rest of the day. That was around like 4 o'clock, and the rest of the day I just felt sick, and I've literally sat by the toilet for like an hour. I think I like took a nap by the toilet because I felt like I was gonna puke, but nothing happened, if you guys care to know. Um, but I think it just boiled down to the fact of two different things that I want to share with you guys. One was the fact that I never probably gave myself the chance to fully recover from this concussion. I allowed myself like 3 to 4 weeks of not working out, or I think it was like 2 weeks of not working out. And the third week, I like slowly eased into it. And then once I realized that I was okay, or I felt okay, I sort of went back into my normal routine. And at the time, it felt good, and I was so happy because I could finally like sweat again, and I missed it so much. I craved it, and I really missed it. And I was happy, and I didn't really care about what had happened to me a couple weeks prior to that, because I was happy that I could finally be back in my normal element. But now looking back on it, and especially thinking back to what the neurologist said after all that happened, he said that if you don't allow yourself that time to recover, then you have the potential to get those headaches. It could be as frequent as every day, and you can get those side effects, and because you're ultimately not letting yourself fully recover. So I had to live with that, and I guess I still technically have to live with that. And I'm like really pissed at myself because I don't know how long that this is going to be, but I made another appointment to meet with him again, and the soonest it worked out with my school schedule was in 2 weeks, so hopefully I'll feel somewhat normal back then. Wow. Hopefully I will feel normal then. I don't know what I just said, but I'm sorry about that. So I mentioned that it boiled down to two things. That was the first thing. The second thing is that I need to be eating more for the amount that I work out. And that goes hand in hand with the fact that I might be working out too much. And at first, it's a very hard thing to accept, but you only have one body. And it's not right to be really exerting yourself so hardly for more than like an hour a day. And especially when I'm at school, I feel it comes down to that because I'm sure I'd mentioned in previous videos, but typically my day here would consist of waking up and doing fasted cardio, which is literally working out in cardio but having not eaten prior to that, hence fasted cardio. So that's just not a good thing to do every day. So of course I did that. I would basically do that every day. Then I would go eat, and then I would eat breakfast, and then after that, either right after that, not right after that, but a couple hours later or later that night, I would be working out again, but I would be doing one of the classes. And I know at the time when I was mentioning it to you guys, and that when I mentioned it to others, when other people asked me like, oh, what do you do to work out? And I would tell them, like, I wouldn't think it was that big of a deal, but now thinking back on it, and especially thinking about like what just happened to me the other day and how I felt, and thinking like, oh, why did it happen? And then thinking about like how I really tire out my body, like it's a little bit not disgusting, but it's just like it's bad. Like I don't need to be exerting myself that much. And I'm making myself tired for no reason, basically. Like I'm not training for like a competition. I'm not an athlete. I mean, yes, I do want optimal health for my body, and I don't want to look a certain way, but I just want to be, I just want to achieve the optimal health for myself. And now looking back on it, I don't fully realize that I might have actually been hurting myself. And it's hard to think that, and I was having a really hard time thinking about this the past couple days. Sunday and yesterday, Monday, today is Tuesday. This happened on Saturday. And I just really have to get over the fact that I really only need to work out once a day. And in addition to that, I walk around a lot at school. Like I live at one complete end of the campus as compared to like where a majority of my stuff and classes are and the dining hall is, that I walk to during the day. So I basically walk like at least 3 miles a day just from doing that. So that's a workout in itself. And this morning I didn't have class until later on. So I was able to kind of like write out a new schedule of what I should be doing. And I'm going to stick to that because I don't want to feel the way I felt the other day again. So in addition to fixing my fitness schedule, I also need to up my intake of what I'm eating. So that really means that I need to eat more throughout the day, and that I need to, yeah, that's basically it. Eat more throughout the day. So I know that a lot of the other people that I watch on YouTube, they follow their macros, and they do the if it fits your macros routine. And I had calculated my macros in the past, but I was always just like in the sense of disbelief of the number that it always calculated out to be, calorie wise, because I would always think that my way was the right way. And like there is no right or wrong way. Everyone's gonna have like a different opinion as to what you should or should not do. But when you really think about like the facts and the science of like what you're breaking down when you're throughout the day, really. I mean, not even just when you're sweating, but like me talking to you right now is taking up energy. And your body uses up so much energy that you can't deprive it of that when you're eating your food. Like, you need to nourish it and replenish your body in the proper way. So, currently, let me look at my app. So, when I went to calculate my macros again earlier today, it says that I should be having 2,121 calories a day. And to me, I mean, I just like can't get over the fact that like of that number, because I'm so used to having like around 1,300 a day, which is probably like so bad. I'm sure like some of you people are like, wow, like that's so little. And you know what? Yes, looking back on it, it is a little amount, like compared to what I really should be eating. And especially on like nutritional information on different foods that you eat, like the labels, it says like based on a 2,000 calorie diet. And that's like so, like I want to just like apologize to myself for eating so little. And it just became so normal to me, and I guess my body just got so used to it that I wouldn't get hungry. And now I have to reteach myself how to properly eat and how to, I guess, just like go through my day. And I have to just learn how to properly nourish myself. So since I can't really get over the fact that I really need to eat that many calories in a day, I'm going to basically go through the macros and do it that way. And yeah, so these are my current macros, if this is real, but it's about 263 carbs, 135 protein, and 59 fat. And I'm still going to be doing MyFitnessPal because that's pretty much like the easiest way to see how many macros you're eating. So I'm completely okay with that. But I'm going up with my current macros, like what I've eaten today. And I'm pretty satisfied with what it is. And with a lot of the other YouTube people that I watch, a lot of them, unless they're like training for like a competition, if you're training for a competition, I feel like those are the only people that are like really like strict and they need to be like on their numbers. So I'm really like not killing myself over like making sure that I hit like 263 carb. Like, I need to have one more carb. Like, I'm not going to kill myself over that. But I do want to be near that. I want to be within like 50 grams of that number. So right now, I was currently, if you guys remember, just like a couple of seconds ago, I said I needed to have around 263 carbs today. And I was at 170 something. And I was like, no, like I need energy. Like I need to, even though like I might not feel it right now because I'm so used to eating only like 3 or 4 meals a day, just bad. I need to like retrain myself that I need to allow myself to eat more to energize. So I was like, okay, what do I have in my fridge that will give me carbs and will not fluctuate any of the other macros, because those are pretty close to what I need. Like currently I'm at 40 fat and my limit is 59, and I'm at 124 protein and my limit is 135. So I'm like pretty close with the other two, but I just need to get up in the near 263 for the carb. And I was at like 173. So I was like, I went apple picking 2 weekends ago, so I might as well eat an apple that I picked. Like, why not? So I have an apple right here, but I took a bite and I was like, like now is the perfect time to vlog what I needed to say, because one, I haven't vlogged in a while, and two, I thought that this, even though it's a terrible thing that happened to me, it's good because I can share this with you guys, and it's also good because I need to learn from my mistakes, and I need to, life is a journey, and I need to continue on this journey. And even though a terrible thing happened and I suffered the consequences, I'm learning now, and I'm taking you guys on this learning journey with me. So hopefully everything will be good. But now that I'm having this red delicious apple that I picked myself a couple weeks ago, I am at 201 grams of carbs. So only 63 away, but I'm really happy about that. So maybe I'll have more grapes tonight. That'll be better. Normally I have like 16 grapes. I'm so OCD, like I count them. Now I can probably have more, and I'm really happy about that because I don't really have to restrict myself. The only thing that really bothers me about eating more is the fact that I just have like this fear that I'm going to get bigger, and I really don't want that because I'm just trying to maintain my current weight, and I'm really happy with that. And I made sure that I select that option when I did the If It Fits Your Macros calculator earlier today. So it'll be a test, and obviously you can do If It Fits Your Macros however you want. Like, I guess you can eat junk food as long as it's within your macros. But I don't like to eat those things, so I will be eating 95% of the time, or 90% of the time, I'm assuming healthy things, but it will still fit my macros. I'm gonna make it work, and I'm taking you guys on this journey with me. So I'm currently going to apologize to my body. I am sorry for doing this to you, and I'm hoping that everything works out, and I hope that I just recover from here, and I hope that you forgive me for this. And also some of the other things that are occurring in my body, I hope change for the better now. Something should be coming that hasn't been coming, and I'm hoping this will bring it back. And yeah, so hopefully this just works out for the better. I mean, I watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos, mainly fitness related and nutrition related, and it works for these people, and they don't change as long as they don't eat like, crappy food. But yeah, I'm hoping my body thanks me for this. Again, I apologize to you people. I hope you don't unsubscribe, but I'm doing this for the betterment of myself and for helping you guys as well in the future. So stay tuned and have a great week.